What's up, guys? I am driving to work, but I had a quick thing that I want to talk about. So people like Greg Doucette will say, train harder than last time. Basically, you need to try to do better every time you're in the gym. You might not always do it, but that's the goal, right? And if you consistently try for that every time, then over time, you're going to get good results and you're going to get where you want to be. But a good question that I want to bring up, when you're cutting, should you still be trying to go harder than last time? So the short answer here would be obviously yes. If you're trying to make any progress in the gym, you want to be pushing harder. But what about when you lose a significant amount of weight and now the strength doesn't really seem to be where it was not that long ago? Sorry, my hand's in the camera, there we go. But the strength isn't really where it was previously. And that can be very mentally taxing and draining. It can kind of affect the goals that you're trying to reach. You're trying to lose weight. Now, it may be because you're overweight. It may be because you want to look better or be more confident. There's a bunch of different reasons, health reasons. But when you're mentally drained and physically drained from losing weight and your performance kind of dips down, how do you actually train harder than last time? Because that seems kind of counterintuitive, right? Actually, no. The thing is, your goal should be, instead of going for example, a weight PR, try to set a different kind of goal. You can do a volume PR with lighter weights, which, by the way, while you're cutting, is a lot easier than doing the heavy weights, especially if you've lost a significant amount. Like, for example, I'm down, in total, I'm down about 40 pounds, but within, the past in the past 4 months, I'm probably down, I think, 20 pounds consistently. And now my bench press is I don't want to say plummeting, but I do want to say it's definitely been affected. So I was doing, when I was about 10 pounds heavier, I was doing, for example, 325 for 7 reps, and that was my PR. While I was on my last little maintenance block, it was kind of a diet break, which, by the way, is important, and I'll go into that later. But now I go and I put on 315 and I'm grinding out 3 or 4 reps, which you have to consider a couple of things here. So one, that's still a pretty good bench press, and it's not like I'm down on myself about it. I understand why it's happening. There's a couple things. The energy is depleted because I'm at such a low calorie now. I'm down a lot of weight, so that means at a different body weight, your PRs are going to look different. So you can kind of compare it to whenever you're at a certain body weight, what is your PR at that body weight? And the way you do that is keep track of it and write it down. There are apps. I'm going to be launching an app here shortly that is going to allow you to do that as well. So stay on the lookout for that. I'm excited there. But just a quick topic. You should still try to go harder than last time, but your PRs are going to be volume. They're going to be maybe how many days of cardio did you do, how much time of cardio did you do, and even possibly how many days have you stuck to your diet, and just maybe weighed in consistently, certain different kinds of PRs, so that you understand it's not a negative thing. It's just a different feedback system that you have to pay attention to. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Comment down below and let me know your struggles that you may have had trying to lose weight or trying to get stronger, anything that you're trying to do in the gym. Let me know down below. Thanks so much. All right, guys, we have my warm-up here that I do almost every single day. And what we're going to do is just squeeze the muscle here, picking, bicep curls, overhead tricep extensions. I'm going to do some shoulder press, and I'm going to do some lateral raises with some dumbbells. These are muscle groups that are smaller, so it doesn't really hurt to add in this volume. And something that it's going to do is just kind of put blood in the right places so that when we're training, it is going to kind of alleviate some nagging pain that you might have. Make sure everything's stretched and moved around. It'll also help you assess if there's going to be, a problem for that day, that kind of thing. I'm also going to do a little bit of there are static stretches and there are dynamic stretches. What I'm going to do is first a dynamic stretch, and then here I'm just doing static stretches. Some people say that you shouldn't do static stretches at all, but I've been doing them for years. They haven't hindered my performance, and if anything, being consistent with them has kept me flexible. And so when you continue to do your stretches, as long as you're doing them consistently, then I would say it's all fine. Something you don't want to do is stretch a muscle that you haven't stretched in a while, or stretch like further than you have in a long time, because that can kind of, strain the muscle. And if you kind of look at like a rubber band, if you stretch it way too much, it can break, or it can become kind of looser than it was before, and it won't kind of return to that same shape. Here are some quad extensions, and just notice, as I always say, I'm controlling the weight here, kind of squeezing, yeah, boom. And then I'm also going to do a pointed toe right here, and that gets a really good squeeze kind of further on the front, more close to your knee on the quad. The other way is going to put more of the focus on a little bit of the total quad, but also the upper quad near your hip. So both of them are good. I just wanted to kind of show both of those here. And let's see, we got some hack squat. These felt really good, and you can see I only have 2 plates on. It doesn't take a whole lot of weight, but definitely these burn for sure. So let's see some of these. I'm going to go, I think my depth is pretty good on this one. Let's watch. Boom. So super deep in the hole. My feet are not super wide, and that's going to kind of, put more of the focus on the quad, which was the focus today. I'm really trying to grow quads, or hold on to as much quad size as I can while I'm losing weight, and that's kind of a big focus right now. Leg press. And I switched back to this one. The other leg press I did wasn't really feeling good. This one felt amazing. I got a crazy pump from this, and you can see it hurts pretty bad. So it was a good set, a good workout overall. And yeah, so there's that. We're going to get into kind of some barbell movements. I'm going to walk you through how to do some of these. So here's the deadlift. You can see how I set up. And I'm going to set up with the mixed grip, or over-under grip. And boom, let's see this, a little slow, and then I'm kind of touching and going. That is something I want to change. I want to kind of pause a little bit longer at the bottom, make it more of like a dead stop movement, so that I'm not just bouncing the weight around. That'll kind of keep you from getting injured, but you do want to control it on the negative part a little bit. So here, boom, let's see that. Depth is, let's watch it again, I think. Yeah, not quite where I want it to be there. I want to get a little deeper. I was kind of testing, not maxes, but just testing performance here with that movement. Same thing with deadlift. 440 is what I had on for deadlift. I did for 3 reps. And previously I did 440 for 7, but overall I'm down 20 pounds, and I'm kind of starting to feel some, like, I get tired quicker with heavier weights. And I kind of talked about that earlier in the video. Squats, I did 396, and I did for 3 reps. Both of those, I could have, definitely pushed a few more reps out, but it didn't feel super good. So I decided to move on to the rest of my workout, making sure that I'm not going to strain my back or strain anything. Here's a squat. And so you want to make sure that you find your grip. You're putting the bar on you can put it on your shoulders or your traps, or like kind of on you call it your rear delt, right on top. And then you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together, brace your core, and then ascend. So there's that. Thanks so much for sticking around. Just for that, I'm going to give you a wink. Blink, you can't see it. Boom. Thanks so much. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm out.